From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is the News 8 Daily 8 for Friday, January 28th. Cloud cover is going to decrease a little bit throughout the day, maybe some more sunshine this afternoon. It's still going to be rather cold despite that sunshine with highs into the mid-20s. And clearly we are getting a little bit of snow out there, so make sure you're take it easy on the roadways and allow yourself a little extra time. We did have several accidents this morning during daybreak. A deadly shooting on the west side of Indianapolis late last night added to a violent week across the country. Indianapolis police say this latest local shooting happened in a neighborhood on Bertha Court just before 11:30 last night. That's near Rockville Road and South Lyndhurst Drive. We did reach out to IMPD for more information as far as what led up to this and who they might be looking for as far as a suspect. The victim hasn't been identified either. And that shooting came on the heels of 5 other shootings across the city yesterday. We started daybreak yesterday with the first shooting. I talked about it on the podcast. It happened around 4:30 in the morning. And then in another shooting, a woman was found dead in her car near the White River. That was around 2:30 in the afternoon. And then also in Texas, a man is in custody accused of shooting 3 police officers. This morning, police in Indianapolis are sending their thoughts. The president of the Fraternal Order of Police tweeted that the union stands with the officers, their families, and fellow officers. Houston police say the suspect, Roland Caballero, surrendered last night after a standoff that lasted several hours. Authorities say it started as a chase that ended in a crash. Investigators say Caballero got out, fired at the officers, then stole a car and barricaded himself in a house. Houston's mayor says the injured officers are recovering and are in good spirits. According to the Gun Violence Archive, 24 officers have been wounded in shootings across the country so far this month, making it the worst month since 2019, with still 4 days to go. The archives say that there have been more than 3,000 gun-related deaths so far this month, averaging 117 deaths a day. The rate continues a trend. 2021 closed with 20,791 gun deaths, the most since the archive started keeping track in 2013. A group of students is remembering a classmate. 7-year-old Hannah Crutchfield was killed in September when a car hit her outside George W. Julian School 57. Crutchfield's classmates want to give her school a new playground, a kind of a makeover, if you will, to make it more fun and cheerful in honor of their late friend. Crutchfield, her mother, and a crossing guard were hit by a vehicle on the 5500 block of East Washington Street. That's near the intersection of Washington and North Ritter Avenue. That's where the school is located. Hannah did die. Her mother and crossing guard survived but were hurt. IMPD says that the drivers of the 2 vehicles involved, they were involved in some sort of disturbance while driving westbound on East Washington. One of the vehicles crashed into another that was traveling south, then hit Hannah and the 2 adults. Now, Hannah's friends and school leaders want to update their playground to honor her. According to Indianapolis Public Schools Foundation, school leaders say a makeover project is meaningful and will benefit all of the students at the school. And Hannah's mother, Cassandra, is on board. She wrote a statement about Hannah, saying, in part, Hannah loved to make friends and have play dates. She enjoyed being outside. She always wanted to stay after school to play on the school playground with other students. Now, updating the playground will cost some money, and the students are seeking donations. According to IPS's foundation, families and staff have already been researching costs and plan to make this happen. You can go there to donate. Indiana's largest hospital system warns that it is still stressed, though COVID hospitalizations are starting to ease. IU Health says 567 COVID patients are in the hospitals across the state. Even though that's below the peak of 640, it warns there is still a staff shortage.
Because the cases of Omicron are declining, so are our numbers of staff that are quarantined. But that still doesn't get us to what we're normal, if you will, staffing patterns that we'd like to be at.
IU Health says it wants to start elective surgeries again next week, but it warns the restart will have to be slow because a lot of people who help with surgeries are at home with COVID. A new version of the Omicron variant is getting attention from health officials. Scientists say BA2 has been found in at least 40 countries. It's considered stealthier because some of its genetic traits make it harder to detect. Wish TV medical expert and former Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams says there are still many unknowns to this subvariant.
The good news is that an initial analysis in Denmark shows us there's no differences in hospitalization for BA2 compared with the original Omicron.
Adams adds that the message is still the same. Vaccines and boosters are still the best way to protect yourself against the current version of the Omicron, as well as future versions. A professor at Butler is out of a job and facing serious criminal accusations. He's fired and under arrest on 10 counts related to child pornography. Police say they searched the home of Tibero Popa last Friday. Officers say they seized several electronic devices, including a laptop with pictures of children in sexual situations. IMPD says Popa initially denied looking at the photos, then later confessed. Investigators say Popa used his school email to upload 24 files with suspected child pornography. In a message to students and staff, Butler says that they call these crimes abhorrent and say that there's no reason to believe Popa committed any crimes with minors or students on campus. President Biden reaffirms America's support for Ukraine. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky and President Biden shared a call that lasted more than an hour. Both leaders say they discussed diplomatic efforts in regards to a de-escalation with Russia and ongoing assistance for Ukraine. And this morning, the world is waiting on Russia's formal response to a letter from the U.S. The letter stood firm against Russia's demand to bar Ukraine from joining NATO. And U.S. officials are ready to talk.
Russia just got our responses yesterday. They made clear to us that they need a little time to study them. So from where we're standing, the ball is in their court, but we are ready for talks bilaterally, NATO, Russia, OSCE, whenever they are ready.
You know who will see whether that experiment works? It's you, my friend. It's you, Mr. High School student. It's you, Mr. College student. It's you, Mr. Law School students. It's us, but it's you. It's that next generation and the one after that.
Outgoing Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer expresses optimism for the long-term future as Washington waits to see if there will be a political fight over his replacement. Breyer appeared with President Biden at the White House yesterday to formally announce his retirement. Breyer described a bright outlook for America, calling it an experiment that works. The vacancy gives Biden his first opportunity to nominate a justice. Recent nominations have ended in contentious confirmation hearings. Biden's pick will face a Senate that has Democrats narrowly in control. The top Republican in the Senate is not yet signaling if he'll put up a fight.
I'm going to give the president's nominee, whoever that may be, a fair look.
Many are also eager to see what Democrats Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema do. They have split from fellow Democrats on parts of the president's agenda, but they've not voted against any of his other judicial nominations so far. Today, two key Pennsylvania Democrats will miss the president's visit, citing scheduling conflicts. President Biden is visiting the state ahead of the midterm elections in an effort to highlight accomplishments within his administration. Leading Democrats in other states have also recently distanced themselves as Biden's approval rating falls. Georgia Democrat Stacey Abrams and Texas Democrat Beto O'Rourke both missed appearances with the president this month as well. Abrams cited a scheduling conflict. Beto O'Rourke said that he didn't need any campaign boost from Biden. Today, jury selection starts in Louisville in the only criminal trial scheduled in connection to Breonna Taylor's death. Police shot Taylor in a botched raid. The incident fueled the massive social justice protests of 2020. Officer Brett Hakeson does not face charges for Taylor's death. The counts are lower-level felonies for firing his gun into neighboring apartments. The Northeast is bracing for a monster winter storm. Forecasters fear families will face fierce conditions like some seen in similar storms in the past. Millions of people are under a winter storm watch as they wait for the snow to start. Our Storm Track 8 forecasters are calling for 1 to 2 feet for much of Massachusetts and Rhode Island and possibly 3 feet in isolated spots. Grocery stores are packed with people trying to stock up ahead of the storm.
Just some bread, make some sandwiches, little things just in case.
Did you buy extra for the storm?
Yeah.
Boston's weather service is warning that coastal flooding could be an issue as well. A bill banning transgender girls from playing girls' high school sports is on its way to the Senate. The bill passed the House yesterday. Opponents of the bill say there is no evidence that any transgender athlete has taken scholarships or opportunities from non-transgender athletes. However, the bill's sponsor is looking to eliminate any unfair advantages.
Female athletes deserve a fair competition, and this bill ensures just that, a fair and equal opportunity to compete for Hoosier girls now and in the future.
Why do we have to add another layer of government on top of something that's already been taken care of? I don't understand it. You have lost your way.
Indiana is one of 10 states with similar laws. The ACLU says it will sue the state if the bill passes. The Marion County Public Health Department is teaming up with several local churches to give out free at-home COVID-19 tests. The tests will be available at Olivet Baptist Church, Messiah Baptist Church, and Purpose of Life Ministries on Saturday. The locations will be open for the giveaway from 9 to 11 in the morning. FedEx is hiring in Lebanon. It's looking to fill 60 positions at its Indianapolis Road facility. FedEx Supply Chain is holding an open hiring event this evening from 4 to 7 and tomorrow from 9 to 2. It says full-time, day, night, and weekend shifts are available.
Well, I'm not who you're expecting.
A police officer in South Dakota delivers dinner, surprising the person who ordered it. It happened this week in Sioux Falls. There is video of this that was captured from a doorbell camera that's been going viral online. So if you haven't seen it, please look it up. It'll make your day. The officer says he had pulled somebody over who was a DoorDash driver, ended up arresting him. So the officer decided to finish up the food run.
The little things like this, going above and beyond, helping people out, that's the things that we do, and probably more often than people realized.
The video has had countless plays, been in newspapers and newscasts and shows all around the world. Finally, to Pacers Watch, a dream becomes reality. Kiefer Sykes is only 13 games into his NBA career, but he's been a pro for years. News 8's Charlie Clifford talked to Sykes about a journey around the world that finally led him here.
Kiefer Sykes at 16 years old, already a dad, chasing a basketball dream on the south side of Chicago that was beyond far-fetched. A stellar career at tiny UW Green Bay, an escape from the worst call of his life. After freshman year, Sykes' father, James, gone from a heart attack.
I remember turning down my block and just bursting out in tears. I'll never forget that because, all those moments became real while I lost my father. To be honest, I had insomnia for like a year or two. Couldn't sleep. I was lost for a while.
Sykes' pro basketball career, 6 seasons, 4 different continents, 6 different countries. Stops in South Korea, Turkey, Italy, China, Greece, Australia, and finally, an NBA rookie at 28 years old.
People say I was small. People, didn't know my intangibles. I had to continue to prove myself. So it was a long road, but I'm grateful for it. Now to be here, I just see things so much differently. I'm just so much more grateful than guys that, may have had this for, since they just came out of high school.
The call came 2 days after Christmas. Up from the G League and in the starting lineup, 22 points at Madison Square Garden in his second career start. Outdueling Steph Curry in an overtime win. The reward, a guaranteed contract for the rest of the season.
Oh my goodness! Kiefer Sykes!
He's earned everything that he's gotten in his life, and he's earned everything that he's gotten here. And I don't think he'd want it any other way.
Kiefer, if your dad was here right now, what would he say about all this?
I don't even know. My dad, he was always crying when he was proud, so he was always show that vulnerability. He'd definitely be soaking it in because he was a super father. Man, that's just something that's definitely close to my heart that I think about a lot.
Forget even long shot odds. They didn't exist. And Kiefer Sykes still found a way. Charlie Clifford, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.